Hey, it's me, Aaron again. Wow, look what I found during the Halloween sale. Cool, right? Hmm. Well, I am actually a big RPG fan, from the very few RPGs that my parents allow me to play. Hmm. I've always wanted to try this game for once, but I'm not sure if I will like the turn-based combat. I'm more of mm, Fallout. Yeah, Fallout and Skyrim guy. You know how Fallout and Skyrim is like way crazy popular with high school kids? Yep, that's how I got roped into playing RPGs. Hmm. But I have to say, Fallout 3 got me curious, but it is Fallout 1 that got me fall over for, you know, the older game designs. Mwah. Chef kiss. It feels so good, so good. It feels there are much more freedom in the older games because they didn't have to make everything action combat. Honestly, I have played this game for a while. I spent like maybe 1 or 2 hours getting out of the Mayweather. So I can tell I'm prepared for the first part of the game. But I also have some ideas for what to use in my next build too. I'm very excited to try that out. Alright people, let's game! Now, for the sake of the stream, I'm going to start all over again. Going all new. Explorer? What is the difference between these? I still don't understand. You prefer a fair but forgiving adventure that rewards clever thinking in and out of battle. I think I started with classic mode last week. Classic role-playing experience. You are cunning, resourceful, and prepared for the perils that await. I think I started with classic mode, tactician mode, honor, or regular. Bring it on! Combat is demanding, and your foes are devious and observant. For every surprise you spring, they will respond with 2 of their own. Not for the faint of heart. Well, I'm still quite new to the game. I think I would want to go with classic mode all over again. The character design though. So many things to choose from. Sometimes I wish there is a way to combine this level of depth with action combat, but I can't think of a good way to do it. Unless we're playing VR or have like enough gear, it will be impossible with the current technology. A bit sad, right? Character creation. Welcome to the character creation screen. Here you can select the original character or create a custom hero. Look at the texture. I can choose two. Nobody. Now. The reference sounds like a funny, interesting guy I want to try out. But right now I have something else in mind. It looks cool though. It looks cool. He'll look way cooler if I'm not already playing on my potato. Gotta hear his voice. Ooh. In all his glory.
Red skin and unparalleled skills as a general of the House of War, I, the Red Prince, was raised within the vast palaces of the fabled Forbidden City. I was destined to become the next emperor. But my ambitions suffered a bit of a setback when I fell from grace for cavorting with demons. Now, I'm exiled and hunted by assassins. But I assure you, I remain undaunted and as determined as ever to claim my rightful throne.
Ooh. Man among men. He's the real deal. You can tell. Ambitious guy. Too bad today I have something else in mind. Original character? Oh, come on. I haven't... She looks like a peacock, you know. It's funny. Sabil. Break the shackles. Housing shield. Battle stump. Oh. So these decide your background, but not your build. Your build preset doesn't change. I want to know what the depth were thinking about when they decide these characters. Like, what kind of roles were they thinking these guys would fit? Ooh, big sword. Two-handed swords are among the coolest weapons in games in general, you know. Battering ram. Beasts. Closer. Thing. I met Thing when I played through the game for the first time. I think he's metamorph. Ranger, no. He was a witch, right? Wizard, witch, battle mage, blinding radiance, cleric, bloodsucker, decaying tooth, conjurer, golem, incarnate, enchanter, inquisitor. Inquisitor, what is it about? Bloodsucker? Shadowblade. Now this skill right here, chicken claw, is so dirty, man. It's so dirty. Turning people into chicken and do whatever. Yikes. Oh, I'm in the custom background now. Human lizard. Undead trap. Undead elf. This game is the game, you know. When you say that there's not one undead race, but there's an undead variation for every other race that you have in the game, you know that this is the game. The undead lizard looks so dumb though. Look at his neck. Now, what I have in mind, well, I have always been a good child, you know, Asian family. So, I'm gonna play the good child today. Human. Will my gender change anything beside the look? Shadowblade. I think I want Metamorph. Chicken Tentacle Lash. Human Knight. The Big Sword. I love the Big Sword. Inquisitor. They all look like they're so ready to fight. Too bad fighting is not what I will do directly in this playthrough. Battle Mage, Shocking Touch. I want someone who play a more supporting role, like someone that is weak on his or her own, but who is also very essential to the party. A total team player, you know. Wayfarer, Shadowblade. Should I go with Wayfarer or Shadowblade? I think I'll need some of the skills. Dome of Protection. Blood Sacrifice. Dragon Place. Petrifying Touch. Time Warp. Well, this is the stage of the game, you know, in RPG game. In RPG game, am I having an extra G there? Where you spend 2 hours doing nothing but creating your character. But this is the good one because you're not actually morphing A very beautiful face that will ultimately be hidden behind a helmet. Raise bloated oh wow, the witch. Which looks cool though. Wizard. Shocking touch. Cleric. Conjurer. They all look so cool. Right. I have to decide quickly then. Metaphor. Metaphor? Metamorph. Yes, I forgot English sometimes. Sander? What is a cool name? Right. Cool name for a girl. Hey Ren, wait, isn't that just my name? I'll think of a name later. Let's decide on the appearance. I want a golden. Skin color, bamboo. What is bamboo? That's a silly skin color name. Alabaster. Polygon. Night. Can't tell from my potato. Turf. Share. Walnut. Honey. Dun. Honey. Sounds like a fox mama that I know. Now, I want a face that looks not overly mature. This one is good. This one is good. Hairstyle. Something that looks a bit wild. Like this. Ah. Uh-huh. What is a nice color to have? Blacksmith.
You're not trying to escape, are you?
Glory is mine. I'll yield to none. Glory is mine. Meet your maker.
Right. So, I will decide on what my character is. She's a kid. Right. She's a kid from from the ghetto. Right. So her hair is a bit wild. No, not this Star Wars hair. Princess Leia. It's something like you. Yikes. No, wait. Ghetto? I don't think so. Alright. She hasn't always been in the ghetto though. She was there by circumstances. She is somewhat neat because she has a noble upbringing. Like this.
Nice try. Prepare yourself.
Right. She has noble childhood. She was a giant, illegitimate. child of a noble family, but she was kicked out, right? And had to live with her mom in one of the worst parts of the city because she was deemed to be a witch. And because she's a witch, let's edit her attributes. Because she was a witch, she would be very intelligent. She isn't strong physically, so no constitution, good memory, good wits about herself. She's more of a runner type. Now, growing up, she remembered her noble upbringing, but she's also a very non-confrontational kind of girl. It's more of her character to be running away from problems rather than facing them head on. She has never been so good about that. Telekinesis allows you to move items telepathically regardless of weight. Lore Master, sneaking, thievery, battery, persuasion. I'm very tempted to put a point in persuasion. But telekinesis is one reason why she was deemed a witch and was kicked out of her original family. Two-handed? Do I still have points in two-handed? Warfare. Oh, I still have points here. Being the witch that she is, I have some idea. Polymorph, Geomancer, or Arrow the Urge. I'm sorry if I pronounced them wrong. English is not my first language. There. Arrow the Urge, telekinesis. I want to use teleportation and telekinesis to move things around. She'll be something like a dimensional witch. Cool, right? Skill I want from Arrow Dirge ability, Blinding Radiance, Shocking Touch, Favorable Wind. Movement speed of you and your allies by 1.5 meters. Yay, titties. I think I want these three. So we're more about self-defense. We blind people. We help our friends, allies move around. And we can fight. Shock. There. Now, what happened if I put pawns in polymorph? Oh, more skills to choose from. Chicken Claude. Mom's angry. It's just a little. I think I want the Bansuri. Now, my origin, I'm female. I'm human. No, not a soldier, not a scholar. Outlaw, noble. I'm witty, memory. Jester. Mystic. Mystic, because I keep seeing things. I'm a dimensional witch after all. But I can also make people laugh and forget that I'm weird sometimes. Can I choose more? No? Talent. What is my talent? No talent now. How do I get more talent? Ingenious? 30. Is this because of my race? It's because of my race, right? Yes, it is because of my race. My talent? Yarela. Yarela. glass cannon, 5-star dinner, combat kit, elemental affinity. Action points cast up spell when standing in a surface of the same element. Ambidextrous. Now that means if I want to use thunder, I have to stand somewhere in the the shock area. I don't think it's going to help me a lot. Living armor. Lone wolf. I'm going to play as a team with other people, so lone wolf doesn't help me right now. The fun of this kind of game, is in the planning of your character. There are so many backgrounds you can roleplay with. Savage Shortage gives all magical skills a critical chance. Slingshot, parry messed up. Mnemonic, 3 extra points in your memory attribute. Wow. If I'm to play with a lot of spells, I will need this one, I think. Stencher, Torturer. No longer blocked by magic or physical armor. Deathwish, Raptor. Nothing for shock. Walk it off. Water Rush. All skilled up. Mnemonic. Oh. Good memory. That means I can also remove some of my memory points and put them to intelligence and wits. I'm a smart kid. Hey. Not very strong, but smart. Team player. Dimensional Wedge. That's who I am. And my name is Ari. The Dimensional. Oh. No more space for me to write. Ari then. A. 3. There. Wing. That's the Wing family. You just don't mess up. Don't mess with a Wing family member. That's who I am. Let's go! Are you sure? Yes, I am.
It all happened like I knew it would. A single drop of source magic. And, like flies to honey, the monsters swarmed. The rebel panicked. The carnage began. And the magisters pointed their fingers at me. Just as I'd planned.
I was shackled and collared and sent to Fort Joy. I'd come here to kill Godwoken. But instead I became part of their story.
Right, that was Wendigo, the evil witch. I still don't understand what her deal is.
Still a bit groggy, are we? Don't worry. The sedative will wear off soon enough. Easy now. No need to hurry. Get your bearings and report to me upstairs.
What kind of name is C1? Wow.
So, it wasn't a dream after all.
I'm choosing the trickster voice and medical cabinet. Sounds much better. Grinning skull. Better save. New save. The hold. Bucket for a helmet. Understood. Right mouse to understand what to do with them. 2 physical armor. In exchange for being ridiculous. That's who I am. The butt joke of society. Balls and chains. Lock. Move item here. I have telekinesis. I have telekinesis.
Freight or food?
Rate of food. Can I talk?
Shaking her fluffy coat, the sheep eyes you balefully, her rectangular eyes like letterboxes to the void. With one sharp hoof, she kicks you right in the shin.
You little. Fine. She kicks me. Oh. Now this is something I didn't do in my first playthrough. My first try. Didn't know I could come in there. I just went to the next floor. Mechanism, pressure plate. Alright. One. Click. Oops. Ham. Apple pie. Pick up. And let's put it down. The vase. Here. Door is open. Ooh, pretty grim. Can I talk to these people? You have steps in oil. Right. Electric discharge scroll. Magic scroll. Understood. He has something to say.
Hey, get me out of this cage and I'll make it worth your while. You in? Your guess is as good as mine. Someone screamed loud as a banshee. After that, pure pandemonium. They never even told me what I was accused of. Just dragged me down here.
Wow. This guy. Can I believe him?
Set me free, and I'll set you free. A fair trade, I should think.
Maybe later. Maybe later. Slow with water too. Bucket. Oh. This side of the cargo is locked still. What can we do about it? Can't reach. Can't reach. I'm running so slow. The oil.
tea?
Why, you're looking a bit more chipper. Yes. Looks like that collar fits you snugly enough. Nice bit of work, even if I do say so myself. There you are. Not too tight, I hope. The collar, I mean. Oh, not to worry. Every dog has to get used to its leash. In the meantime, your next stop will be Magister William. All passengers have to be registered in the ship's manifest, and he's the chap in charge of the logs.
I've been talking to myself. Wow.
You'll find him on the other side of this deck, in the officers' quarters.
Wow.
Dare! If you violate the virtue of my carpet, I'll do a good thing worse and put a collar around your neck.
Index fingers pressed to her lips, she pauses a moment to give you a scrutinizing gander.
My word, you do seem a bit befuddled, don't you? Perhaps I was a bit too generous with that sedative. Oh, well, I'm sure you'll soon gather your wits. Most likely. Eventually. To Fort Joy. A new life awaits. And if you're a particularly good girl, perhaps a cure as well. An end to sauce. For good.
You pull at the thing around your neck futilely. Demand to know why she collar you. Hey, why would you put me in this collar,
Why, for my peace of mind, of course. Why don't you try casting one of those sauce spells of yours? See what happens.
You recall great powers building inside you.
Currents of magic surge inside you, boiling, bursting, then breaking, only to fade back into your soul like rain into the earth.
My, look at the concentration on your face. All will, but no result. There you have it. See? The collar's function. It neuters you, of sorts. Makes you unable to cast sauce.
So my mom came in and I turned off the microphone. I didn't turn it on until like 5 minutes ago. I wanna die so
Your
much.
own peace of mind, of course. Yours and the whole world's.
But a mama told me, well, you do what you do. If something doesn't work out for you, maybe that's for the better.
You've been collared and you've been told why. There really is no need for you to linger.
Sure, ma'am. Let me go. Jeez. Are you even yourself?
There's been a murder here.
Mother?
A young magister stands pale and silent. Her knuckles whiten around her weapon as you pass.
Jill, lady, Jill. I'm not doing anything.
Behind the magister, a bloodied mass lies in a heap. Gore and limbs lie at odd angles. You can't make out a face amid the mess.
There's been a murder. A sorcerer was killed by one of your own. Lucky you were busy getting your collar fitted at the time, or you'd be a suspect like the rest of them. Waters is investigating. She'll figure out who did it. Always does.
Alright. Ask if you could lend a hand in it. Hey, can I help? I do detective work.
Aren't you enterprising? I'll let Waters tell you no herself.
Owie. Do you have to be that mean?
She with the body.
Come on. Minnie. Big Minnie. You are.
Ugly sight, isn't it?
Only half as ugly as you are.
Burns me up this happened under our protection.
Yes, it
Straight
burns.
we'll avoid walk and follow the source that did this.
Sure, it burns. Inform her that she wasn't this man's protector, she was his captor. Under our protection. You're not protecting us. You were capturing us.
Finn didn't see it like that. He was desperate for us to help him. Two things scared the living daylights out of him. His own shadow and his own source.
Propaganda.
We'll find
I'm
out who
calling
did
it.
this. Speaking of,
She looks up at you with a mirthless smile.
I was on duty in your room when the murder happened. You were asleep the whole time. Didn't even stir. You're one of the only indisputably innocent people on the ship. Unless you can commit murder in your sleep, of course.
Wow, who knows? I can do that too. I'm just not very good at it. Yet.
I thought as much. Listen, I could use someone to keep their ears open among the passengers. Sometimes they clam up in front of a uniform. Bring me a good lead, and I'll throw in a shiny gold coin for you. How about that?
You'll have to pay me some more to let you snitch.
Not in here, it isn't.
Come on.
You let me know if you hear anything. Whoever did this is dangerous.
Not my problem. I'm innocent. I'm innocent. The mother is your problem, not mine. Oh. Come on, I was just looking at the body. Poetry book. A woman from Driftwood with nary a care offered me kisses to answer my prayer. I accept a kiss and my dismay. A spider she was, and I hope her fate. When feasting was over, she licked her red lips. I rose from the floor, still coming to grips. She thanked me for coming and bade her farewell. My prayer indeed answered, though still I did swell. What does that mean? Can I go above deck?
The hatch is blocked. I'll need to find another way.
Sure. Of course, it wouldn't let me. Ah. Nothing in the barrel. We have a murder case on our hand. Watson, what's next? I need my archive from Baker Street. Come on, fetch me the archive.
Ah, there you are. Wife.
Wife. Wife? Wife? I'm no lesbian.
Would you please tell this very charming gaggle of not-at-all brat-like babes that I am by no accounts this Losa woman, nor do
Losa.
I sing, in fact. I'm deathly allergical.
Losa? Do people call you that because you're loose? Play along.
Very correct you are, spouse of mine. Madame Josephine Gribbles de Peeve refuses to be confused with anyone else.
Madame Josephine Gribbles the Peep. Is that a real name?
What? What's so funny?
Her pinched face cracks into a great grin, and she shoos the children away from her with a laugh.
Yeah, okay, you found me out. Go on and maybe I'll sing you something when I'm good and ready.
She laughs at her old joke.
She turns to you, dark-eyed and dirty-haired, and smiles flatly.
Gotta keep ourselves entertained, haven't we?
Gotta keep ourselves entertained, haven't we? Sure, I have fun. You're Losa?
You presume right.
Know anything about the mother?
Nope, trying not to find anything out either. Ignorance is bliss. The utterer, the better.
Wanna tag along with me? We can watch each other's back.
Thanks, but I already belong to an elite and exclusive ship gang. We play ball every day after lunch. You're too soft for it.
Sure, you're playing with the balls.
You take care, though.
Whatever, Los.
Suddenly, her eyes cloud to an unnatural black. Greyish veins run down her face, and her mouth tightens into a cruel sneer.
Ew, is she possessed? She's possessed, isn't she?
As quickly as they came, the clouds clear. She smiles as though no change came over her.
Good luck, Chief.
Ew. The girl's cursed. Ew.
Would you put a knuckle in it? I'm trying to concentrate.
A broad dwarf sits totally upright on the bench, eyes closed, palms face up on his knees. His beard is a cascade of meticulous plaits, each one braided through with golden medallions. He raises an eyebrow as you approach, but doesn't open his eyes.
Now, did he hear me?
Listen up, Ghetto. You hear that?
Girl? A girl? I'm a full-fledged adult woman presenting myself in front of a dwarf like you. Better take it seriously, dwarf.
He turns his head toward you, looking you up and down, and smiles before turning his attention to the ship once more.
You look like a ghetto to me. Listen if you're interested, or get gone if you aren't.
Fine. Chill, my dude. Alright. What should I be hearing then?
The ship, of course.
Right, I'm listening.
A wave of sound washes over you. The unintelligible chatter of your shipmates, the groaning of wood from floor to ceiling, the boom, crash, and crackle of waves around you, complaints from the sea itself.
And
The ship? This ship is crackling like a sick man.
sick as a leper's cat. From the state of it, I'd say she's being cared for by a bunch of beardless babes who never loved anyone but their own mums.
Wow, that's strong.
But there's more. Listen close.
Let's listen again.
Just like that. Squeak.
Wow, this ship is old.
Aha.
His eyes snap open as his countenance breaks into an expression of joy. One great paw claps you on the back. The other catches you before you lose your footing.
There. You heard it, didn't you? I knew it. I knew it. Aye, this is good news, kiddo. Good news.
Why? Good news then. What is good about it? It's just a rat.
No, you beautiful idiot. That wasn't any rat. It was the wheel. Squeaks whenever the helmsman jerks it clockwise, which means we're heading east.
Oh, this shorty is sharp, baby. Sharp.
Burn my beard. That means if we've been traveling for, yes, only 10.34 nautical miles to Fort Joy.
Man is sharp. Right. You've got brains, my man. You've got brains, but don't be burning your beard like that. It's magnificent.
Ah, so you've eyes as well as ears, eh? You'll go far, mate, even here.
Why are you so excited about Fort Joy anyway? That place seems like bad news.
No, indeed, kiddo. But that ain't my final destination.
The dwarf leans back from the table and strokes his beard, gold medallions jingling merrily. His eyes roll over to you.
That'll be all. Thank ye kindly, kiddo.
Hey yo, shorty. Have an escape plan? I want in.
He continues stroking his beard, a beatific smile on his lips, and doesn't acknowledge you anymore.
Come on.
Maybe that has the Magister's more concern.
Whatever.
You one of them? A divine order loyal? They killed a sorcerer, you know. They'll hide the evidence well enough, but make no mistake.
Ooh, this man is suspicious of the Divine Order.
Come on, please, Losa.
I forgot how to sing. I did.
Name?
Name? What is in a name anyway?
I don't like comedy.
And who's asking?
The divine order wants to know.
The Divine Order. Fine. Is Your Majesty Airy coming to your racket of a ship?
Well, you aren't here on my list. Scram, eh? We're trying to catch a killer here.
Yeah, important.
I'll tell you if you
Sure.
quiet long enough for me to listen.
As if I care. The lizard.
Never thought you'd well, what have we here? A fresh face in this stale hell. Let's size you up, shall we? See if you'll do.
Size me up?
The lizard looks you up and down, like a farmer would a fetching horse.
I'm not a horse. Go away.
All of a sudden, he grips you firmly by the chin, with the intent of inspecting your teeth.
Now this turned romantic all of a sudden, huh? You little, what were you doing?
In case that wasn't spectacularly obvious. There's some discoloration, but I've seen worse. After all, one can't expect to find prime merchandise on a squalid little ship like this. Now then, to business. You will answer me 3 questions. The first one is this. Can you cook?
Really, this guy sounds like bad news. I'm just going to be the worst that I could be. I can't even tell between a turkey and a turnip. What's the difference anyway?
Oh, goodness, no. And don't even mention the demon's testes that are turnips. On to the second question. Can you knit, weave? In short, tailor?
See this hole? This hole on my carpet? This hole on my shirt? Doesn't bother me. Never, ever. Forget about tailoring.
Yes, I can tell from your vagabond chic, a bag is as good as a shirt kind of style. I shouldn't be getting my hopes up. On then to my final query. Have you the ability to administer the upkeep of one's personal appearance? The delicate art of cosmetics is what I'm after.
Cosmetic? You mean like cleaning yourself? Ah, yeah, I do that. Like, maybe every few months? When was the last time I did it?
Just as I thought. That explains what's besieging my nostrils. So, 3 questions asked, 3 questions answered. Let's evaluate, shall we? As per your own testimony, you have the taste buds of a dung beetle,
Come on.
the sense of a monkey in a clown suit, and your personal hygiene reminds one of a carcass rotting in the sun.
Thank you, thank you.
That won't do at all, see? I'm sad to say I must deny you the opportunity to be my slave. Ever so sorry.
As if I missed that. Wait. You want me to be your what now?
My slave, of course. Oh, but I see. Yes, I suppose it must take some time for the full extent of my disheartening refusal to sink in.
Can you believe this guy?
Still, hone your skills, and one day you may just qualify for a position in a lesser household than mine. You keep dreaming, you hear?
Yeah, and you keep dreaming about taking me as your slave. The guy's got the screw loose in his head.
I spent my life singing for my slaves to bring me my supper. Finer fare than boiled roots and rotten tubers, too. Meanwhile, the magisters feast on honeyed meat behind this very wall. The indignity.
The indignity, I know, right? Guys should be ashamed of themselves. Ivan Ben Mazda.
A scruffy man lounges against the wall with scarred arms folded. A sly smile playing on his face, he stares across at the magister guarding him. Noticing you, he straightens and beckons for you to come closer.
Watch your back, new fish. There's a murderer on board, and I bet 3 months' pay it's this trampy thing.
Rolling
Right.
his eyes at the magister's warning, the man named Ivan beckons again.
So, my man Ivan, what you got?
He leans in and adjusts your collar with a sharp tug, balancing its weight so it no longer presses unpleasantly on your neck. He winks.
Pinches less that way, right?
Ooh.
Hocking a phlegmy gobbet in your general direction, the sullen magister settles back to his task of glowering at Ivan. And now, you.
Thanks. That collar's been killing me. Why is he suspecting you of the murder?
We used to know each other, more's the pity. I was his commander many, many, many moons ago. Isn't that right, Vic?
Standing far back from Ifan, the tight-faced magister draws one finger across his throat in an elaborate fashion, but says nothing. Ifan grins, flashing pointed white teeth.
Same as he was at 14 years old. Only difference is somebody gave him a bigger sword and now he's Johnny Big Pants.
Johnny Big Pants. Wow, but even my man, what have you ever done, to deserve to be in this state at the mercy of a subordinate like him?
Long story. Maybe I'll tell you about it in the joy. Away from interested parties.
Right. Now, how about the murder? Did you do it?
No. The dead man, Finn, is it? I'd no business with him. And I wouldn't put a man down without good reason.
He glances over at Magister Victor, who's staring back at him with pointed intensity.
Damn shame sheer annoyance isn't reason enough.
Heard anything about Fort Joy then? What kind of place was that?
The Joy? I've heard a lot. Nothing good. No surprise there, since Bishop Alexander runs the show. Wonder if we'll get to meet the ringmaster himself.
Right, Alexander. I'm not excited to see him either. What is his bloody divine order doing out there?
Easy now. I might think the same. But Vic here will blow a blood vessel if he hears you talking like that.
What are you conspiring about over there? You! What's your name?
Oh, don't mind him. Vic's just got a bee in his bonnet. And that bee is me.
Name?
Name? The name is Victor. That's right. Viktar. Victor.
Mr. Victor looks at you suspiciously, then scrawls something illegible down in a tiny notebook. He scowls at you as he stows the notebook back in his voluminous robes.
Away with you. At once.
Ifan performs an elaborate pantomime of keeping quiet, one finger in front of his lips as he leans back against the wall.
Bye-bye, my Ethan man. Evans. He's kinda badass, right?
An elf sits tucked away in a dark spot, lazily rolling dice onto the surface of a bag. They sound like the dry cackling of an old witch.
Snake eyes.
She chuckles.
I bet that's just what they'll look like.
What you doing?
Rolling dice. Deciding fates.
Whose fate are you deciding?
Don't worry, honey. It isn't yours.
She looks you up and down with the merest hint of a coy smile on her lips.
Never say never, though.
If you can decide fates with dice, can you guess the future by looking at countdown?
She eyes you quite seriously.
Not the future, no. But I can read the past in flesh. One of the perks of being an elf, you see. I'm quite good at it, too. I could lick your arm and tell...
She gives your arm a vigorous stroke of the tongue, efficient like a cat grooming.
You were in a cellar with other sorcerers. As everyone lay sleeping, you lay awake thinking of someone back home. A very special someone. You were reminiscing about the things you used to do together.
Hey, it's not like I have a boyfriend. Come on, just some fun in a while. You better forget about that.
She pats you on the shoulder consolingly.
There, don't you worry, darling. Your secret's safe with me. I don't lick and tell.
Should I thank you for that? Damn elves. and their secrets, and they're taking secrets from other people's secrets.
The elf is reading a volume of Cranley Hubert's famous encyclopedia. He looks up, his big round eyes scanning your body, absorbing every detail.
He's checking me out.
He reaches out and takes your hand, turning it this way and that, examining it from every angle. Finally, gently tugging at it.
Fascinating.
He sits back and returns to
What's
his
the
book,
deal with this
flicking
guy?
quickly from page to page, completely oblivious to your presence.
What were you doing?
I am reading. Is this not evident? My book is in my hands, my face turned away from you. Perhaps my eyes not on the page. Damnable things.
He grabs a metal plate and watches his reflection with one eye as the other shifts left to right and up to down. He repeats the maneuver with the opposite eye.
No, they are working quite adequately. It seems you are at fault. Predictable, really.
You molested me. What's the deal, man?
Oh, I see. I crossed a cultural taboo. How difficult. You have my apologies, human. Perhaps I should demand the same from those red-cloaked humans. They laid their hands on me more than once.
You get molested too? Do you even understand what you're saying, huh?
Perhaps. Perhaps not. Understanding is all rather relative. Take this book, for example. I understand all of it, and yet none of it makes sense. It is simultaneously too detailed and insufficient. I know the beginning of this tale and the end, but I am rather missing the middle. Tell me, what do you know of our world's history?
History? Time to get mystical. Prevalent history is the battle between source and the void, good and evil, light and darkness.
Oh, please. I have no interest in that. Your books are too full of it already.
Can you believe this guy? He asked me a question and I answered. What's the deal with him?
No, I want to know about the Celestial. I want to know about your gods.
Why didn't you say it sooner?
This text tells me that they created all creatures, but nothing of what came before.
I feel like an idiot.
Where did these gods come from? Who are their people? Where are the others of their kind?
Wow, mystical I am. I once thought about the gods too, but conclusions I never had.
Of course you don't have any useful information. Why did I expect anything else? Now please, run along. I have a world to decipher.
Why are you so interested about the gods above?
No amount of pestering will get the elf to take his eyes off his book or respond to your questions.
Fine. Fine. What's the deal with him? He's so rude. Guy's so rude. Can you believe him?
Here's the register, ma'am. Good, good. Magister Williams has just about done with the last passenger. You faring okay so far?
You actually care? Huh?
Of course I do. Seems void-walk and dog your heels like a shadow. That's no way to live, is it? You'll see. We're gonna help you. You head on in now. Williams will get you sorted for...
There's a fight after this? I want to solve the quest for the mother first. Can I do that before I enter that room?
I'm busy watching for clues, sorcerer.
Fine, whatever. What's the deal with that guy? Shoot to kill.
You seem on edge, officer.
Trained
What on earth
and
is
if
the
she
matter?
tries to run, shoot to murder most. Standing at the center of the room, you spot a sorcerer haughtily eyeing a pair of nervous-looking magisters. They keep their crossbow trained upon her as she's being interrogated by an officer.
So you admit it then? You murdered that poor fella? Yes, I did. But of course, that was only the beginning.
She turns her head and looks you straight in the eye.
There are others whose lives must end.
Good God, the woman's mad.
Good gods.
You there, sorcerer.
Over traumatic.
We need to do more than collar this maniac. We need to shackle her, hands and feet.
Yes, sir. This murderer must be brought to justice.
By all means, do as the officer says. But you had better hurry, because...
She reaches for her collar and simply removes it.
That's cheating.
just about to create a scene.
Come on, can you just...
Subdue her, men, quickly. If she casts source, the Voidwoken will come. They'll end us all.
She smiles with wicked satisfaction.
Precisely.
Can I run away? Should I run away? Source oh wow. Will I have the chance to actually finish that quest? I don't know anymore.
What's happened?
Lots of things too. Broken source collar. Pitchfork. Bottle of wine. Jefffish. Red snapper. They're having a feast. These guys are having a feast. Why? Locked. I'll need to arm myself. You. Key to stone room. Dead people are dead. So dead everywhere. Source house is dead. That is that the beast isn't dead.
His great beard twisted and tangled around him. He is stock still. You can't see if he's living or dead. You hear a faint thud, thud, thud. He's alive, but only...
Guys, fine. Loser. Loser.
The young woman lies in a heap on the floor. She's breathing normally, but her eyes are wide open, like those of a corpse. Dark, greyish-black clouds swirl through them.
Nah. She's bad news. I'm not touching her. Not touching her. Dang. These guys are so dead. So dead. See one?
Lies on the floor, unconscious and bleeding from a dire-looking wound.
Dire looking wound. She can be dead for all I care. She was so mean to me. Can I go in this room again? Locked? This sheep so dead. Everything's so dead. Too much to carry.
Let sleeping dogs lie.
You. The guy is so dead. Everything's so dead. Should I have let him out? And that Manchester is dead too. Improvise staff. Go laboratory key. Laboratory. Barrel. Lockpick and key. I've got a staff, right? A staff. Can I use the staff? Yeah. Improvise staff. Staff of Magus. So, I've got a staff for myself. What is this? Nothing. I played through this stage before, but I never got to this part. I guess it's worth exploring. Blow up the door. Should we blow up the door? Can we just... We can't blow up the door. Not now. The candle? No. No, why? Why did you do that? You were so dumb. I wanted to attack. Yeah, like that. Will the fire go away? The fire goes away. Is that another potion?
Not the most elegant solution, was it?
It isn't. You're right about that. It isn't. But why would you care anyway? What is this? Can I take it? No.
And I'm back where I started. Nowhere to go but up.
Nowhere to go but up. Yeah, right. C1.
The Magister lies on the floor.
Screw C1. She was so mean.
The hatch is blocked.
I just block. What do I do now? Do I talk to Sabil?
No, not the final dark. Not yet.
Her hand
Wake up.
in yours. She's too weak to stand.
The dice roll darkly. They're rolling for me.
What if?
Ifan lies motionless, curled on the ground like an animal. Under his shaggy hair, you can see green eyes fluttering as if in a nightmare. A low whine escapes his lips.
Ifan, my man.
His
Come on.
eyes flicker open, but he doesn't register your presence at all.
Lucy,
Ifan cries out, Then his eyes fall closed again. No matter how much you shake him now, he cannot be roused.
Oh no, Namiya. The lizard? Is that the lizard? I didn't notice that. Didn't notice that the first time I play. The lizard is you. What's the dog doing?
God damn it! Need to get off this wreck, and quick! Not long before this thing snaps into splinters. Great gods! Something's pounding on the hull!
Ah, this is the key into...
The marking on the door was painted recently, judging from its pungent scent. You don't recognize the symbol, but it's clearly warning you away. You press your palm against the door to open it. The wood feels neither cold nor warm, but simply grey. The color drains from your hand, and you are left numb. It doesn't budge. The door groans open, but an ashen shadow clouds your mind.
Wow. That looks like bad news. Cracked sore.
I need to get out of here now!
Can I move them? Can I do something about the death box? I can't. Instant death for the living. Yikes. Bad luck. Money.
Onwards and upwards.
You pass through the door and are suddenly face to face with an undead. His skull is bizarrely angular, and a glorious jewel sits in the middle of his forehead. The skeleton is quickly leafing through a volume of Cranley Hubert's famous encyclopedia, muttering to himself.
No, no, no! What damn fools record knowledge on a pulped tree? It catches fire, it turns into must when wet, it cannot even resist acid. No wonder they're so bloody ignorant.
Is this guy dissing on paper?
The skeleton looks up and notices you for the first time.
He's dissing on paper.
Shouldn't you be running and screaming or some such?
Should you be doing the same? The show is going down.
The skeleton groans and looks back to his book, frantically flipping from page to page.
I know your god did not gift you with much, but kindly use the little you were given. Do you look at me and think, why yes, there is someone with organs enough to drown? Trifling matters like water and poison do not concern me. No, damp robes are the most I have to fear. Once this glorified skiff hits the sea floor, I will simply walk to shore.
Wow. Badass.
Where
Guys, badass.
I believe, have lifeboats to pointlessly squabble over.
Lifeboats? At least I'm doing something. If you're not worried about death, you should be saving people now.
The skeleton holds up his book in one quick, frustrated movement.
I am trying to discover if there is anyone worth saving. And I will be damned if I let the lives of some mayflies get in my way. Go on, go. Swim or drown or do whatever takes your fancy. I have a book to read.
This guy. Oh, I'm burning. Can I go with a sword? My attributes, my intelligence is high. I should be using a staff then. I understand how the turn-based combat works. Shouldn't be a problem now. Let's see what you. Oh. He's moving so fast. Why? Why are you even allowed to do that? And now I poison myself too. So cool. Fire damage. Here come. Wait. That's not the fire damage that I wanted. Oh, one of them is dead. Doesn't do anything. I should just do that. I feel so dumb. I should just whack them to death. Just guy's dead. Ooh, so dead. Too much to carry. Can I move? I can't move. I put one down. Still too heavy to move. I put lab stuff down. Still very heavy to move. What do I put down then? Too much to carry. Will the fire go away soon? Telekinesis. It works wonder. Just hope that it doesn't burn so soon. Can I even go this way? I can, right? Right, I can go that way. Telekinesis is so strong, so broken. Strong. Understood. This is the beginning of the tale of the dimensional witch area. Great. Oh. Ooh.
Shut your trap, kid. Children and dwarfs first, just like the old stories say.
Children and dwarfs.
Yanks at one of the nearby ropes.
Said there were other people down there. We need to help them.
You see those tentacles, kid? It's time to get the hell out of here.
We need to look for survivor. It's not right to leave them behind like that.
There's a ladder right over there. You can go straight down.
You're gonna be the death of us, you hear?
Sure. I'm going to rescue the sorcerers first.
There's a boat. Wait! Void woken.
I'm invisible. I'm going here. Beardless. Is the beard that important to the tribes? Because he keeps making a big deal out of it. Oh. Is he burning me? He better not.
I thought void woken was supposed to be scary.
I've faced worse.
Ifan, my man, you woke up. Now you're encouraged to. The backlash. Ooh. Adrenaline. What a good combo. Sabil is pretty mobile, right?
They who are about to triumph salute.
The Red Prince is like the tank of the body. He's so good. What do I do then? Why still? Oh, this one's still alive. So I go 3. I just let them finish the work.
No telling whether there might be more. We need to move.
Let's not tarry. This old tub is about to burst.
Let's go, people. Let's go. No more EV.
Here's something. She tries to speak, but can only gape as she clutches her neck, trying to stem the bleeding of a gushing wound.
Look, let me help you, alright?
With jagged movements, she raises her clenched fist and holds out a length of cloth, soaked with some kind of strong-smelling tincture. Blood
This should do.
soaks through the cloth. Magister Siwan's mouth opens and closes, her eyes wide in terror. It's working. The pressure is stemming the flow of blood. Siwan clutches your arm, her eyes locked with yours. Something within the ship snaps. The floorboards shudder. Siwan struggles to her feet, clinging to you tightly. The ship lets out a deep groan, then cracks.
Wow. That's not good. The ship crumbles. Ooh. Everything's sinking down to the depth.
I have plans for you, child.
That sounds like a grandpa voice. So calming to hear. So old, yet so calming.
Sailing sorcerer prisoners to Fort Joy. We assume some escaped and broke their collars. Their vile magic lured the Voidwoken. All who were aboard are presumed dead. Yours faithfully into eternity, High Judge.
Oh, some fluid gone to my throat. Ah. I just tried to drink water. What's the deal? Fort Joy. Doesn't look like a lot of joy to me. Attacking guards in a city is one of the fastest way to end your journey. Can you see that? The Merryweather escaped from Reaper's Eye.
Those Voidwoken made short bloody work of the ship. Am I the lone survivor?
Yes.
Seems someone, something, wanted me alive.
As God. I'm an apostle of God.
The Order would get rid of any trace of the old Source King.
The vase. There's a kid here.
Small mirror in his hands. He holds it up at angles, inspecting his eyes, his chin, the crown of his head. He spots you, and his arms snap to his sides.
I'm not supposed to talk to strangers. Why?
You know, we're both human. We should stick together. The world is dangerous too.
I guess. Well, the people who put me here are human, and the people who took my parents away are human too. Or do you mean because I'm a... Are you a sorcerer? One of those guys that brings the bad void things here?
Now, you must be one too, or else you wouldn't be here. Right, kid?
The child screws up his face and looks at you hard. He lifts his mirror up to his nose, closes one eye, and looks at himself again.
I don't see any sauce on you or me. I guess they're wrong. Or crazy.
Why not both?
Maybe you're right. At least they don't mind where anyone goes. They know we can't leave the island, and it's a lot nicer out here than outside.
Your parents know where you are?
They're gone now. Their Magisters took them already. I guess now they're cured. And maybe they're waiting for me back at home.
You better go back home too. It's not safe here. See my ship? All in pieces because of the boy walking.
But you didn't die.
You're not scared, are you?
Guess I am. But it's just normal to be scared. Nowhere isn't scary.
I was this close to death by the boy walking. You really need to go somewhere safer.
There isn't anywhere safer. That's what I mean. You'll see.
Fine, kid. Fine.
You can stay out here with me if you want. You don't seem that scary. You can stay out here with me if you want. You don't.
Can I buy something, anything from him? Wooden block and shell. Nothing I would care about. Why? There's this crate I want to look at. Money. Not big. Sight range indicator. Sneak. Oh, right. There are boy walking here. Waddling, viscous waddling. Looks difficult. I don't want to deal with them right now.
That sank our ship. Damn, they made it to shore.
Don't want to deal with them. We'll come back later and crush them. That's some recipe. And this one follows me. How cute. It's a squirrel riding the skeleton of a cat. And for some reason, this cat skeleton has bone ears. The cats even have bones in their ears. I don't know about that. Oh, the Red Prince.
A strange lizard gazing over the water with a steady, malcontent stare. His skin is of a bright blood red color. Could he be? Yes, you recognize him from the ship. It would seem you're not the only one who survived the tentacles of the deep.
Hey, yo, my man. You made it to the shore.
The lizard turns about with the graceful ease of a dancer, or a duelist. You lock eyes with his, two smoldering embers that sizzle your very soul.
I did survive, yes. And chances are I wouldn't have, had you not returned to the aid of your fellow passengers down in that dreadful hole. You have my gratitude.
You're welcome.
Hand over heart, he salutes you with a bob of the head. More than a nod, though less than a bow.
Don't mind that at all. I don't like it when I see people in danger.
Yes, I'm sure you've all the makings of a hero and all that, but let's not get carried away, shall we? Now then, if there's nothing further.
What you're doing here, standing on that rock?
I'm sure I don't mean to sound condescending, but I had thought it quite self-evident I was gazing out over the waves.
He sighs dramatically.
Tell me, What do you see when you cast your glance over this ocean?
Well, what did I see? Last night I saw a freaking kraken-infested wasteland that I never want to go near again. It wrecked the ship, come on.
Touché.
He looks out over the water once more, and so do you. A few tranquil moments pass as the waves lap against your thoughts.
As for myself, when I consider this vast expanse before us, I see an empire. I see continents dotted with mighty cities. And shimmering along the soft curve of the sea's horizon, I picture the palaces that formed my paradise. Lost.
Lost?
What do you mean, what do I mean? I mean just what I say. I had a very actual empire that I lost.
Suddenly, having all the air of being deeply offended, he stares at you with utter incredulity.
Well, don't just stand there gawking like an ape at an abacus. Or do you really mean to tell me you don't know who I am?
Oh. An ape gawking at an abacus. I've never heard of an abacus that can tell who people are.
Well, more's the damn pity, isn't it? For I am the Red Prince, the all-conqueror, the world tamer, the spouse of the sun.
Sure, whatever. Lizard.
There's a brief moment's pause, during which his grandiloquent pose deflates ever so slightly.
That said, I suppose I must own up to the fact that I find myself rather in between all-conquering and world-taming opportunities at the moment. The grandeur that is my fate has hit a bit of a snag. But never you worry. For the throne I was destined, and my throne I shall have.
The throne. Sounds big, my man. I have big things to do too. Wanna come along? Two very big voidling is at the other side of the beach.
This and that. Tag along. Do you really mean to compare the fate of an empire to whatever foibles you seek to fix?
Yes, I do.
On the other hand, I really could do with a dog's body. And you've already proven to be trustworthy enough. You came back for the others on that ship after all. Fine, I accept. On one condition. For reasons I'll not disclose right now, it is imperative that I should meet with a dreamer. One of the mystics of my kind. I've reason to believe one of them may be present on this island. Promise me we'll look for him, and I'll extend you the blessing of my company.
I'll think about it.
You tend to beat around the bush, don't you? Oh well, that wishy-washy answer will have to do then. So, now that that's settled, first things first. Even if you are as versed in the art of eloquence as I am, that our swords will be doing a lot of the talking from here on out goes without saying. As a born fighter, I prefer the perfection of the blade myself. But I'm well acquainted with the secrets of magic, and yes, even subterfuge. What say you?
You do the fighting then.
Very well. Onwards then to victory or death.
Sure, let's get it going.
The Red Prince nods and gives you a smile that wavers ever so delicately between courtesy and contempt.
Now, as you're aware, you'll be traveling with a prince. Proper forms of address include Your Majesty, Your Royal Highness, or if you're feeling particularly frivolous, Milord.
Milord.
Would have it, I seem to be fresh out of luggage, so you won't be required to carry my belongings. Of course, there are other forms of protocol to bear in mind, but I'll see to it you'll pick up the rest as we go. So, without further ado, let us be off.
Can you believe this guy? He's full of Whatever. You're lucky I even let you get along. Now I want to get those. I want to get those viscose bottling, and you'll have to help me with that. I played a bit of this game before. I know my way around the combat. It should be easy. Blinding radiance. Oh no. And the princess and count.
Worms take you.
Stare at the slain beasts and comment that they must have been the cause of the shipwreck.
I don't want to do any more killing.
They didn't put up much of a fight. Dry land mustn't suit them. Yes, by all means, let us partake in the art of conversation.
Let us not. The conversation will wait now.
And eaten by a void woken. I wonder in which order.
Long. What do we do now? If you're asking. We escaped the sinking Merryweather Fort Joy looms. We go to Fort Joy now.
A black cat. Some would see this as an omen.
Black cat. Hey, kitty, kitty.
The cat's eyes are clouded and grey, but it stares at you with a cute... Its eye is clear, and it shakes its head, confused.
And they just follow us like that. Whoa, sacred passages. Now I remember seeing a passage here that will lead us to this guy.
As the alcove opens up, you see the same skeleton that you met on the boat before it sank. He's leaning over a corpse, prodding and pulling at the skin of its face.
Bugger. How on earth am I supposed to... Oh. Perhaps...
Skeletal fingers reach down and grip the skin of the dead man's face, pulling sharply upwards. After a few more tugs at the man's cheeks, the skeleton relents, letting the head drop to the ground with a damp thud.
Damnation. That stuck fast. I wonder, does the beard act as some form of anchor? No! Stay back! Don't... Oh, it's you. I must admit I'm surprised. Perhaps you're more buoyant than I suspected.
What you doing with that dead person, eh?
Why, its face, of course. What other use would I have for some rotting corpse? A face that seems rather stubbornly attached to his skull. I would normally employ a tool to delicately but viciously rip the face from the body.
Oh, my man, you don't do that. Leave the man alone.
Then craft a mask to hide my bone. But as I lack such a tool...
The skeleton grabs the corpse by the cheeks and pulls hard, grunting in frustration as the body's skin holds firm.
Yeah. What's the deal? Why are you in such a hurry? It's not like we're going anywhere.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. I have important things to do on Reaper's Coast. I cannot simply sit about waiting for the rest of you to die so I may continue my business in peace. No, I may be an eternal, but my patience has its limits. Indeed, I may be the only eternal. My people seem rather absent, at least from this realm. As for the others, well, there is an excavation site at the Black Pit's oil fields. Perhaps there I'll find my answers.
What's an eternal? Like, you cult? Something?
A cult? Hardly. We were a race that existed before the idea of race was needed. We were all one. I could ask you to imagine an eternal as a creature of incredible intelligence and skill.
Right.
I fear the limits of your imagination would not do us justice.
So intelligent and skilled, you failed to rip the face off a dead body.
We studied the mysteries of the universe. We created works of great art. We disappeared. But I will find them.
Right there.
Wherever they are, I will find them. We will have our world again.
The end of the eternal. Eternal mind. If your people have vanished, then why are you still here, huh?
Well, that hardly seems relevant. But if you must know, I was inconvenienced for a time. Several centuries, in fact. Or perhaps millennia. One tends to lose track. I was sealed in a tomb for daring to be curious about the world. It seems our king did not agree that the universe should be explored to its full potential. Perhaps I should thank him. It seems I was spared whatever happened to the others. I wonder if flowers would be appropriate.
So what do you think everyone is? Maybe some other dimension? I'm a dimensional witch. You will need my help.
circumstances being what they are, it could be advantageous. You seem more at ease in this world than I. A guide would certainly be useful.
A guide? Whatever. Just tell me that you want to travel with me, no need to be shy.
Excellent. While we are conversing, perhaps you notice that I am rather skilled in, well, all things. Of course, the arcane arts are my little speciality, but being a brilliant wizard does not mean I cannot handle blade or bow. So, which do you require for this enterprise of yours?
You're a wizard? Sure.
I could do that with one hand behind my spine. Now, shall we get on? There is rather a lot to see.
You say a wizard then.
Splendid. Very well. Let's be off.
Let's go. Recipe. Wait, recipe. I can craft now. Grenade. Armor. I can craft armor of the shapeshifter. Rip off Traven and source orb. Ooh, that's so savage. So savage. Use armor of frost. Stained pants. Do I have pants? Am I wearing pants? I got burned. That's silly. I remember. Yeah, there's a corpse here. Can I move her? Can't reach. I'll have to come back later. Can't reach. What's the deal? Can't reach. Level up.
You hear a small whimpering sound from behind a basket. You peer behind it and find a small human child holding her knees and trembling. The child quiets and seems comforted by your presence. She looks up at you with curious eyes.
Wanna hug, darling?
The child nods and reaches up to you. As you hold her, her breathing grows slow and calm. Her wet face is damp on your neck. She lets go and looks up at you with a small smile.
Thanks. You're nice. You can have this. I found it outside, but I can't read it yet. That's next year, and then I'll learn it.
She nestles back into her spot on the ground and starts tracing figures. A little family in front of a house in the dirt.
It's lost his family, right? That's grim. Oh. Trap. Didn't mean to take that. Is this an elf?
Get out! You are not welcome here. Go, she-pig!
Hey. Didn't do nothing. Alright. Chill.
She eyes you suspiciously.
Please, please, just go.
What's the deal with her? You believe her? Oh, I remember dangers up ahead. I'll have to come back later when I'm more prepared. Now I just wanna... go here. Where does this path lead to?
What's this?
I found something? What's this?
I need to dig here. I don't have the right tool for digging.
One must put in due effort if one is to reap the proper reward.
What's this? Some bow? Oh. Leather armor. Bow. Gold. I can leave the one to... faint. Poison. Right, I can leave the one to faint. Abilities. Dual wielding. What's the difference between all of those? I'll be doing the bow then. We need someone to shoot. To shoot. But I think the prince needs the armor more than me. Armor up. Bane. He can use the staff. No, he doesn't need the staff. I do. I need the staff. Let me keep the staff. Let's go onward. Avengers up ahead. Yeah, I remember this too. Can't climb that. Can I take this down? Yeah? Can't reach. Can't reach. Sneaking, thievery, battering, lucky charm, persuasion. I want to have more points in telekinesis. And one more in arrow the urge. That will give me teleportation later. More intelligence. And memory for myself. Persuasion. Try. Now. Telekinesis because I'm a dimensional witch. Talent. haven't got a new talent. Level abilities. Lore Master, he knows. Man knows. The text though. Fame. Scholar, Mount, Undead. He's persuasive. Is it because of the base attitude with stranger from Spell Song? Oh, my man here has Spell Song, a talent. Jewel wielding. So difficult to decide. I'll just leave it there. Strength. Man is beefy. My man is beefy. Jewel wielding. I'll decide that later. I want to have Lore Master for him, but bartering, sneaking thievery maybe, lockpicking. He should be good at this. Jewel wielding, no. Intelligence is somewhat, okay. He's way too smart for this world. Ah.
I repeat myself?
But I know nothing of any Verdus.
We already know the truth, Magic. Stay back, sorcerer, and stay silent. Our Godwoken speaks.
We know you've been helping sorcerers escape, Atusa. We have proof.
I'd sooner cut my tongue out than lie to you, Alexander. I know nothing of any escapees.
If you can tell the Godwoken no more, your tongue is of no use. Cut it out.
This can't be serious, Alexander. Come!
You should know by now to obey your superior, Magister, whatever she may ask.
Stay silent, you!
Atusa pinches the tip of her tongue with 2 fingers and brings her dagger to its root. Her eyes squeeze shut, Drops of blood form against the dagger's edge and quickly fall to the ground. She groans.
Stop! My father, may his soul rest in peace, would be disappointed in you, Atusa. To think you would lie to his only son, your bishop, and your friend these many years. The fate of our realm hangs in the balance. If you will not help us save it, then you will help the void destroy it. Dallas?
Yes, Your Holiness?
I believe we're done here.
What a waste. Come.
The lizard magister, or what's left of her, lies in a puddle of gore.
She was a lizard, yet a magister. No matter her reasons, her penalty was fair.
These creatures are so prone to violence. Naturally, the weaker specimens suffer.
He hasn't changed a bit. Always late. Where is he?
Wow, I'm such a dum-dum. I have been muting myself for the longest time. I'm so embarrassed. Seriously, Aaron? You can't keep doing this. Oh. Well, if you've been here, thanks for coming by. I think I could come back to this game later. For now,